Welcome to this Thursday night edition of Tapped In with Tony. I am your host, Tony Bogan, and tonight we've got a special show. We are going to be previewing Wrestlemania 40 this Saturday and Sunday. And I have with me two co-hosts. Jeff, introduce yourself.
Jeff Lanier, Kent, Ohio.
Ben.
Ben Nichols, New Japan Pro Wrestling is the best.
We were 30 seconds in and you're already getting heat.
Well, I just got to be honest.
Hey, I will say, Dolph Ziggler nickname is the only thing that's keeping me interested.
What?
Brad.
Oh, man.
Here, bro. No lie.
He's a Kent State guy, so, respect. All right, let's get into it, gentlemen. We are going to talk about supposedly the first match of Mania Saturday. Becky Lynch, the man, versus Rhea Ripley. Who wins? Jeff, we're going to start with
Start with Jeff, okay.
Man, that's a tough one because Becky Lynch been dropping a lot of bars in her promos lately. No one can mess with Rhea Ripley, man. I gotta squeak out Rhea in that one.
Okay, Ben.
I picked Rhea only because her whole line right now. What they're gonna do is this is gonna go with another match on night one is the Jade Cargill, the Naomi, and the Bianca Belair match. So basically, what's gonna happen is I personally believe that Damage Control is gonna beat them. It's going to set up Jade to finally get into the scene that everybody wants to get her in, and she's going to be one to dethrone Rhea, and I think it's going to happen at SummerSlam. I could definitely see that happen because they want to push her as a big star because Mercedes Moné is now in AEW, so they're going to try to push her really high, and you're going to watch AEW do the same thing with Mercedes Moné. You're going to see the climax of both of them at the same time.
All right, I respect it. And I got to say, I think Rhea Ripley will win, but Becky Lynch will have a great showing.
Oh, hands down. It's going to be an awesome match. Becky always does good. Rhea and Charlotte from last year, I mean, that's gonna be hard to beat, though. So I don't know. It's going to be hard.
Ben, we're going to stick with you for the next one. Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Dirty Dom Mysterio and Santos Escobar.
So I have Rey and Dragon Lee winning only because this is when Dom's face turn is going to happen, or it's going to set up the retirement match for Rey next year versus Dom. It's going to be like a mask versus career type thing, and I think that Dom is going to be that's what it's setting it up for, and then he's going to get unmasked. It's going to be great. Dragon Lee, I think he needs to leave WWE. In my opinion, he was better in the Lucha Underground. He was a lot better. So Dragon Lee needs to leave WWE. So,
gotcha, Jeff.
To be honest, I will give my opinion on the match. It should be on the pre-show.
Right? Yes, it is not a WrestleMania match.
Not at all. Especially the tag team. I'm really iffy on that. I'm really giving it to Dom and Santos Escobar. And to be honest, I gotta say one more thing. I think he's a knockoff Andrade.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, Santos Escobar is a knockoff Andrade.
Ooh.
Which, when you really picture it and look into detail, he really is.
Wow. It's an interesting statement. I'm going to have to say I think it'll be Dom and Santos winning this one, but Rey will probably end up retiring soon. Next matchup, Jeff, we're going to stick with you. Intercontinental Championship, Gunther versus Sami Zayn.
Bro, no one's messing with Gunther, bro. Come on now. Come on now. Who's stopping Gunther right now?
That's a good question. That is a legit good question. I'm not even going to lie. That's a good question. Ben?
So, in my opinion, Sami Zayn shouldn't have been in there. It should have been Chad Gable. Gable's beat him 3 times now. He's beat him twice at 2 live shows, and he's beat him on Raw once. So, honestly, Gable should have – I think, personally, I think tomorrow night it might turn into a triple threat. That's kind of like it's. I think it's going to be kind of a surprise, and I think Sami Zayn's going to get attacked or something, and because the fans, we know the fans know what they want. They want Chad Gable to beat him, and what it's going to set up is. Oh, hold on. We'll get to all that, but yeah, that's that. Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right. Me personally, I can't go against Gunther. Gunther is just a dominant force. Has been since he joined WWE, if I'm being honest with you.
Who dominated? Who can stop him?
Yep. Ben, we're going to stick with you for this one. Which Uso is going to win tomorrow or Saturday? Jimmy or Jay?
Okay, so I think personally it's going to be with that match, they're going to do it again, and I think it's going to go to SummerSlam. It's going to be another match. If I were to have to pick who's going to win now, I think that the Bloodline, they want the Bloodline to be really superior in night one. So I think that Jimmy wins. It's kind of like I picked Jay to win, but I think Jimmy's going to like win because they want the Bloodline to be really superior on night one. And then Jay's going to want to run it back at SummerSlam, and they're going to make up. And then that's when the Young Bucks are going to come to WWE.
Oh, please don't have that happen.
Jeff?
But you know what? I did some brain reflecting when he was talking about it. I was like, wait a minute. He's got a point. And I'm looking into it. Jey Uso is my favorite wrestler right now, right? Once Dolph Ziggler left, I inserted him into number one. Oh man, I gotta squeak out Jey Uso, even though I love Jimmy. He's my third after Roman.
I gotta say, I think Jay will win. Jay will win this one, and hopefully he'll get another title shot. He got screwed in that one event against Roman, where he could have easily knocked dog.
I was right, like second row from the ring. It was awesome. Oh God, that was wild.
Okay, moving on. Jeff, we're gonna stick with you. 6-pack challenge ladder match. It's DIY versus Awesome Truth versus the New Day versus New Catch Republic versus Grayson Waller and Austin Theory versus the Judgment Day. Who wins?
Who was the third to last one you said?
The third to last one is New Catch Republic.
Who's that?
Pete Dunne and somebody.
Tyler Bate.
Yeah.
I got Judgment Day winning.
Okay.
I know.
Oh, Ben.
I know.
Whoa!
Who do you have? I gotta hear this.
I know.
Okay, so one of those teams are not going to make it to WrestleMania. I'm just going to say that because Matt Hardy's contract ended this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, it might be a surprise that the Hardys come back. But if I would have to pick a team that's going to win, I think it's going to be the Awesome Truth just because they're going to want to, like, I hate how R-Truth's treated, how he's treated right now. He's treated as like a non-wrestler. He's just a comedian. But if you look at his past, he's won multiple world titles on different promotions. Like he's kind of a dog. But I just think that Awesome Truth winning is kind of dumb. Me personally, I'd book DIY because DIY is pretty good. They definitely could run the tag division, and I want to see the Usos versus them really bad.
I think that Judgment Day will retain, but I think if the Hardy Boys come back, they're gonna put together one hell of a showing.
I think that it might be the last match too for them. I think it might be the start of the end for them because I don't think they have it in them anymore. Like to give all the crazy. I think they got maybe one more match. Like if they want to go full out, this could be the match.
Because they're both around their 50s, right?
No, Jeff is like 47 or 46, and then Matt's like 48, 49.
Yeah, they are kind of reaching that, kind of reaching the end there. And next, we're going to go with it's Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi versus Damage Control. Ben, I know you spoke on who you predicted was going to win earlier. If you could restate that again.
So I think that I have Jade and them winning, but it's like that's like kind of a tough match to call. It's kind of a tough match because I think that all the people that like they kind of screwed over the last couple months is gonna come out like they're gonna interfere and stuff because the match just turned into a no DQ match. So I could see some interference. Me personally, I'm not looking forward to it. I just wanted Bianca versus Jade. I mean, that's a dream match that I want.
Jeff.
Jade's first match. Do you really think they're gonna have her lose?
No.
That's why I'm going with Bianca, Naomi, and Jade.
Side question: do you see Naomi eventually joining the Bloodline down?
No.
Okay. Just thought I'd throw that out there. She is married to one of the Usos, so
the bloodline's over after WrestleMania 41, and we'll get to that here and then probably next match.
Okay. And now, Jeff, I'm gonna ask you this. This is the main event for night one. Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins versus The Rock and the big dog, the head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns.
Oh God. I gotta be realistic and like think strategically. They're gonna have Cody and what's his name win. But then again, I think he's gonna turn on Cody. I think Seth's gonna turn on him.
I agree. Ben?
All right. Bloodline wins night one. There's no question. Because what's gonna happen is it's gonna set up this like bloodline rules, everything. Oh, by the way, I think Rikishi's gonna be a special guest referee too for the Jade versus Jimmy match. Anyways, the bloodline's gonna win all of night one. It's gonna be insane. They're gonna come in there with so much charisma. It's gonna be like, yeah, oh, Rock's all crazy, blah blah. Because the Rock's not gonna lose. The Rock is not going to lose. I'm telling you, he literally showed up and beat CM Punk and ended his title reign. Now, come on.
Yeah.
I can't see Seth turning on him either because it's kind of like if that's Cody's next feud. I don't know.
I think I could see Seth turning on Cody. I don't know why, but I could see it happening.
I also think that for the intercontinental match, looking at my notes, I think Brock Lesnar is going to come back at the end of that match, and he's going to set up the Brock Lesnar versus Gunther match at SummerSlam.
Oh, that would be spicy.
Screw Dave Meltzer. That is a 5-star match.
Yeah, absolutely. It's better than that squash he had last year. Next, we're going to go to Sundays. The first match of that one would be Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Ben,
wait, that's the first match?
It's listed first. I don't think it'll be the first match, but it's listed first.
I can see that being the first match.
I don't think it's the first. That's the second match because the first match is the Philadelphia Street Fight.
Do they have to have that match, bro? Is it necessary?
The Philadelphia Street Fight?
Yeah, like why is that necessary? That's like a pre-show match.
I do not know. Well, let's get it out of the way. Who do you guys think will win?
They're making this a trophy at this point.
Me personally, if I can be the Pride, I'm not really interested in that match. I just don't know why they put it on there. I don't think it's worthy. Man, me personally, I don't really like it.
I agree. Jeff?
I don't even care for it. I love Karrion Kross now. Like he's kind of coming along, so I'm going with him.
I gotta go with the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. I mean, they gotta elevate the Street Profits back up. They want the smoke after all.
They gotta turn heel.
Yes,
They need to turn heel, bro.
And they need to get rid of Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, send his old self somewhere else.
Or maybe it could be Bobby Lashley and Gunther. The Almighty.
Wow.
Tony, we want Brock Lesnar and Gunther. That's what we want. We want that.
Oh, okay. Got you. And we got the next one. We're going to go with Jeff here. AJ Styles versus L.A. Knight.
Yeah. Dude, I can't go against AJ Styles, especially since he's a heel. I got heel AJ Styles.
Okay. Ben?
Okay, so the AJ Styles we're seeing now, and there's gonna be a special surprise coming. I think they're gonna have his New Japan Bullet Club theme song play. If he comes, it's over. Like I'm telling you right now, this AJ Styles, his New Japan, like Finn Balor, New Japan, Cody, like I'm like really biased now. I just started watching New Japan the last couple months, but when you go back through and you watch like Gunther, New Japan, Hulk, like they're so much better in ring abilities. And I posted about that on Facebook the other day. So if this AJ Styles comes back and they book him right, I could see him and Cody going for the undisputed title. And I don't think Cody could beat him. He's too good.
Gotcha. I think that as much as I like LA Knight, I don't think he's got a chance against AJ Styles.
No.
LA had his shot against Roman.
LA Knight's gonna win the money in the bank too. You watch. I guarantee he's gonna win it.
And speaking on that, they need to put the Money in the Bank in WrestleMania again.
Yep.
Through the pay-per-view. It's pointless.
Oh, speaking of that, Damian Priest is still Senor Money in the Bank.
I'm sick. I'm so sick of him having that briefcase, and I like Damian Priest. I'm sick. What are you doing with it?
What are
you doing with it?
He's gonna do something.
He should have did it this past Monday.
I think he's probably gonna do it against. I don't know who. I've said too much. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Next one is the triple threat match. RKO, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Logan Paul, the man everyone loves to hate. Who wins?
Logan Paul wins because they want him at SummerSlam in Cleveland, and they have to have a reason to have him there.
Randy Orton's one of my all-time greats, but I'm huge on Logan Paul, so I got Logan Paul edging this one.
I can see Logan Paul retaining the title, especially with SummerSlam in Cleveland. Yeah, they're not gonna have him drop the belt unless he gets injured.
So another hot take on that. So since it's in Cleveland, so now WWE has a working relationship with TNA. I could see a triple threat between The Miz, Logan Paul, and Dolph Ziggler. I know it sounds crazy to say, but it definitely could happen now because they are a mutual thing with TNA now, kind of. Like the Forbidden Door did get open.
Thought about that.
Yeah, and they're all Cleveland wrestlers, so
that would definitely be a main event that I'd definitely watch. I don't think a lot of people would care, but if you're from Ohio, you'd be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, this is I want to watch this type shit." Okay.
Gotcha. And the next step will be the women's championship match: Bayley versus Io Sky. Who wins?
Bayley, heads down.
Bayley.
Yep.
I gotta agree. Bayley. She did a hell of a job at the Roman Rumble. The team that she ended up founding turned against her. It's all setting up for Bayley to come out victorious. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the main event.
We skipped one.
The American Nightmare Rhodes versus the Tribal Chief.
We skipped the match.
You say skipped one.
I skipped one.
The World Heavyweight match.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Seth freaking my apologies.
I didn't think about that.
Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre wins. Damian Priest cashes on him. Then they feud to Clash at the Castle. That's where Drew McIntyre wins. Then it's going to set up Drew versus Gunther at the Bash of Berlin. Gunther wins at Berlin in front of his hometown crowd. Drew McIntyre gets his big title reign in front of everybody at WrestleMania. Then he wins at Clash of the Castle in his home country. Then Damian Priest gets a cash in the Money in the Bank too, and it doesn't take away from Cody's huge moment. And that's what's going to happen.
Do you have a direct line to Dave Meltzer or something?
Dave Meltzer got like an undercover podcast, bro. What's going on?
I watched it. It's unreal.
Jeff, what say you?
I got Drew winning that match, bro. Drew got too much steam right now. Him being a heel, he's got too much. He's got the machine behind him, bro. Believe it or not, and he's cooking on all cylinders.
Oh,
I got Drew.
yes, and when he does win, I think he'll win as well. It'll finally give him a championship in with a crowd. He's definitely been putting in the work, and I can see him holding the title for a while.
For about 10 seconds, and then Damian Priest runs out, and they're all going to beat the smack out of him, and then Damian Priest wins.
Okay, now we're going to get to the main event. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, looking to finish his story versus, like I said, the big dog, the head of the table, the tribal chief that we must acknowledge, Roman Reigns. Does Cody finish his story?
No.
No, Jeff, why not?
No. Dude, you got to think about it. Roman, who's going to stop? No one's beating Roman Reigns this long. Do you really think Cody, of all people? Come on.
Ben, I know you want to say something.
Whoa. Obviously, they can't let Cody not win because some people are going to come out and help Cody. I think the whole roster is going to come out, and it's going to be like a big celebration. It's going to be huge, too, like really big. And I just think that's when like Stone Cold's going to come out. He's going to fight The Rock ringside. That's when like all these rumors are starting. John Cena's going to come. Everybody who the Bloodlines wrestled is going to come out and attack the Bloodline ringside. And then that's when the lights are going to go out. And then on the screen comes a devil mask. And then we hear MJF walk out. And, oh, my
Yo, you got to be with Dave Meltzer, bro. Wrestling Observer. Wrestling Talk.
The MJF debut will either happen at WrestleMania or it'll happen at the Raw after Mania. I guarantee you, because he just tweeted for the first time, and it was at The Rock. So he wants The Rock. I'm telling you, MJF's he's coming. I know it. Oh, man.
Okay. That's a very hot take there. I personally say that I think we could see CM Punk at some point during that main event.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Oh, since he'll have, like you said, Cody Rhodes would have Stone Cold Steve Austin. That would be like a huge throwback. Him and The Rock going at it. John Cena coming out of nowhere. CM Punk wanting revenge because remember The Rock beat him.
Yep.
And who all knows who else? I think
there's so many possibilities for this. That like this can either go down as the greatest wrestling pay-per-view of all time, or it can completely fumble, and that's what like a lot of people are worried about. They're worried that it's not going to live up to the expectations because like MJF tweeting that the other day at The Rock. Now that's kind of like CM Punk did the same thing. He went to the Applebee's in Survivor Series in Chicago. Not even like 15 hours before the pay-per-view and said, this is the best Applebee's ever. And when you looked at the map, the Applebee's was right next door to the arena. I was there when it happened. I sat there and I'm like, I looked at the time and there was like 15 minutes left in the show and the match was over. I didn't know what was going on. And all of a sudden, you just heard everything. And I had never in my life experienced something like that.
Wow.
Crazy.
So, want to ask both of you, what is the best wrestling pay-per-view you guys have ever seen? I like the shirt.
I like that.
And why?
This was the best investment I've ever made in my life.
Okay. And Jeff, what about you? What's the best wrestling pay-per-view you've ever seen and why?
I know mine.
I'd say WrestleMania 22 because that was the first ever pay-per-view I got to watch. Got to see Randy Orton versus Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio. It was really touching.
Ruthless Aggression throwback.
Huh?
Ruthless Aggression throwback.
Yeah, and I got to watch it with a group of people, which made it 10 times better.
Nice. Ben?
Now, do you want like my favorite all time or
favorite all time?
Oh, that's a tough one. It's probably gonna be AEW's Forbidden Door last year.
Okay.
That was just, oh my gosh, it was unreal. You had matches like MJF versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. That was, oh my gosh, that was amazing. Then you had CM Punk and I can't say his name, some Japanese dude, and then Orange Cassidy faced Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. is one of the best in the world right now, by the way. And then like the Elite, Hangman Page, and the Young Bucks defeated the Blackpool Combat Club. That was insane. But then the two matches that stole the show was the Daniel Bryan match versus Kazuchika Okada, dream match, and then the best one of them all wasn't even the main event. Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega, possibly the greatest match of all time.
For me, I gotta say this is recent history. Last year's WrestleMania with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes going at it.
Yeah.
And you got those the three European guys, Gunther, Drew McIntyre. I'm blanking on the third for whatever reason, but that was as close to a 5. That was a 6-star match. That wasn't a 5-star. That was a 6-star match. It was that good.
Who's the best in the world right now? I just want to hear what y'all have to say. Who's the best in the world? Right. Roman Reigns. You think Roman Reigns is the best in the world right now?
Right now, that's you let him go first because I still got a thing.
Okay. Who do you think, man?
The best, right now, the overall best, like in the whole world right now. If I had to pick 5 wrestlers, it'd be Will Ospreay, Jon Moxley. Moxley's on a tear this year. Honestly, Moxley might go down as one of the greatest of all time, top 10, just with the way the promotions he's worked with, the people he's wrestled. See, with people, no offense to anybody, but people who strictly watch WWE don't realize the market that's out there. When you watch like a different promotion, you see the wrestling styles, and you just see how everybody else reacts. Like I woke up at 4:00 in the morning to watch New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom, the WrestleMania that they have. There was maybe 15,000 people there, but the matches there compared to like WWE's pay-per-views this year have been horrible. They've been horrendous. They've been so bad. And I think that they either are this is gonna be a turning point and it's gonna start a new era. The PG era is dead. It's gonna die after this WrestleMania. So this is gonna set up the rest of the year for all of wrestling.
Okay.
So
all right. Jeff.
Right now, you know what I thought about it? It's Gunther.
I can agree with that. I think he's definitely a top 5 in mine. I agree with that 100%. 100%.
I agree. I think I would say Gunther because he knows how to move, he knows how to jump, and those chops will hurt.
Leave red on you.
Yep. And next, what is the worst WrestleMania pick?
Bro, I got like a freaking top 5 with that one.
27.
Ooh.
27.
Why 27 then?
35. The 8-hour one.
Oh.
I lost interest. Here, I'll set it off. Not the Titantron. The stage, bro, they just slapped the big old LED board and called that WrestleMania.
Wow.
That ruined it for me. Off rip. And the fact that it was 8 hours long and everyone on the roster had their moment, it's not supposed to be a participation trophy award. Not everyone can be on it. That's what makes it so prestigious.
Exactly. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to
One more question.
What's up? One more question.
All right. I want to know who's y'all top 3 all time. All right. It doesn't have to be like just who your 3 favorite wrestlers all time, and then I want to know who the greatest is of all time.
Top 3 and then the greatest.
Who are your top 3 all time?
Okay. Damn. My top. So Booker T. Oh my God. Jeff Hardy. Oh my God. Dang. Dolph Ziggler.
Okay. All right. Ben?
Will Ospreay, New Japan, Kenny Omega, and first run CM Punk and Dean Ambrose.
Mine are, oh man, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena.
Hey,
Yep. Guys, that is going to do it for tonight's episode. Oh,
Who's
what?
the greatest? Who's
The greatest. Oh, sorry. Okay. The greatest of all time.
3. He said 3.
3 of the greatest of all time.
You have to have facts to back it up, too. You can't just say, like, you got to have facts. I want facts.
Geez. I would have to say, I'm going to go first. I'm going to say The Rock because he not only was a great champion, he's been in really great Hollywood movies, and he's done a lot with the UFL or XFL or whatever it's called. John Cena for being in movies as well, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and a 16-time champion. And the third one, shoot, I would say Stone Cold Steve Austin for, I don't know, his show. He was part of Tough Enough. And I read the book.
Oh.
Okay. Now, Jeff.
The greatest of all time. John Cena, definitely 6-time world champ. He's a Grand Slam champ. He basically revolutionized the ruthless aggression era. He basically held the company down for 15, 20 years, however long he's actively been wrestling, and his characters were so over. That's number 1. Number 2, I have, all time. That's really hard. After John Cena, Randy Orton, RKO, 14-time world champion, the 3 most dangerous letters in all of sports entertainment, legacy. He was with the Wyatt family, won a tag team with them, Evolution. He had it all from the get-go. He was set from the start. Third, wow. Third, I would say Kurt Angle. Yeah. I gold medalist, can work. Never had a botched move. He should have beat up Daniel Pewter that one time now in that shoot thing. Tough Enough. And he was awesome. And he drunk good milk.
Ben?
All right. The best wrestler of all time, you can beat any of those wrestlers, is New Japan, Kenny Omega. Best, greatest. He's beat everybody. He's beat Gunther. He's beat Daniel Bryan. Kenny Omega is something else. Number 2 would have to be Will Ospreay. I'm really biased by him, but he's beat everybody. He's beat Gunther. His match with Ricochet is, if you've never watched it, it's amazing. Ricochet versus Will Ospreay is awesome. That's the real Ricochet. That's the real Ricochet. He's awesome. Number 3, very controversial one, Chris Benoit.
I'm not going against it.
WrestleMania 20 that was probably the greatest WWE match ever in history, and we can't celebrate it. We can't do anything. The ending, the match, it was a beautiful, beautiful match that is shrouded now, and that's if nothing would have happened, that was probably the greatest wrestling match of all time.
Yeah,
gotcha. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was a really great panel, and well, Mania is only a couple days away, so make sure you tune into this episode. It'll be available on Spotify and YouTube shortly. and we will see you all later.
All right. Peace out, you guys.